The Mississippi Territory was separated into two states, Alabama and Mississippi, some 9 months before Mississippi would be admitted to the Union as the 20th state of the United States of America on December the 10th, 1817. And it would be almost 20 years later, February the 9th, 1836, that this area in the northeastern region of Mississippi would become known as Tishomingo County, selecting the community of Jacinta as its county seat of government. During this pre-Civil War time, our country was growing and making improvements, especially in the area of transportation. The railroad system became the network connecting our growing young country. One of the earliest railroad companies, the Memphis and Charleston, known as the M&C Railroad, was the link in a chain of early railroads connecting the Atlantic coast to the Mississippi River. Its route from Memphis to Chattanooga across Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama is still an important rail line as part of the Norfolk Southern System today. Another company, the Mobile and Ohio Railroads, also wanted to profit from the north-south trade connecting the Gulf of Mexico with the Ohio River. The intersection, or the crossroads, of these two rail companies was agreed upon in 1854 to be in an area just some 20 miles west of Alabama, some 3 miles south of Tennessee, close to the county seat of Jacinta. Within a few months, this crossing just north of Jacinta gave birth to an embryo community which would appropriately be called the Cross City. Many that would move into the area called their new home the CrossRoads community, and later to finally become what we know today, the CrossRoads community of Corinth. Over the years, Corinth has blossomed to become the gateway into northeast Mississippi. Through our 150 plus years of existence, many things have come and gone. Our population has moved from primarily an agricultural community to an area that boasted to be one of the fastest growing industrial areas in the northern part of our state. Enriched in history, our Crossroads community is nestled in a strategic area close to state parks and within a short 30-minute drive to some of our neighboring state natural resources. With a state-of-the-art community college in our neighboring community of Boonville, this serves as a capstone to 4 high schools in our immediate area. Just a quick glimpse at this area map reveals 4 four-year colleges within an hour's drive with 3 Division I major universities within a 2-hour drive. Our proud community has created its own identity with people from all walks of life, calling this community their home. Yet with all the opportunities our local surrounding areas affords us, perhaps the greatest feature of our North Mississippi community is the many religious opportunities and places to worship in the region. A recent call to the Alliance revealed well over 100 churches in Alcorn County alone, and the count is still rising. Big churches, little churches, family churches, not to mention at least 17 different denominational varieties. One can see our region is certainly blessed. Yet in the midst of all these wonderful opportunities, families here in Alcorn County as well as the surrounding areas have called the First Church their home. With some 10 various counties from our region represented on any given Sunday, this multicultural transitioning has found that First Church has stood the test of time. For over 80 years, our church has risen time after time to meet the needs of this community. Through these 8 decades, our church has been identified as the First Church, the First Pentecostal Church, the First United Pentecostal Church, the Pentecostal Church of Corinth, and even as far back to 1926 at the People's Tabernacle. The church has witnessed so many changes in our world. Through the years, depressions as well as inflation, wars, and skirmishes have dotted the history lines of our great nation. Yet the Bible warns us in the 24th chapter of Matthew, telling us of wars and rumors of war, nations rising against nations, kingdoms against kingdoms, famines and pestilence, earthquakes, and today, oh today, our children even have a new word to contend with, terrorism. But this, my friends, is only the beginning of sorrows. If our community ever needed a church that will be a church for all people, a church that will reach through and extinguish man's barriers of religion, it's now. If our region ever needed a church that will stand for the truths of the ages, yet still welcome people just as they are, it's now. If our nation ever needed a church that will intercede for righteousness and proclaim the goodness of the Lord, it's right now. Church, this is why we have received a fresh word from the Lord telling us that this church of Corinth and this surrounding area is about to experience a unique collision at the crossroads. This crossroads is the intersection of years of faithfulness now crossing the path of God's favor. Simply put, we are a church at the crossroads to be a place for the crossroads of people's lives. This, my friends, is our opportunity to be the church of the crossroads. For you, your families, and friends, to all who are hurting, needing direction, who are standing at a crossroad in their individual life. When people ask you, just what? Or who is the church of the crossroads? Tell them, we're a church of many types of people who are from many religious backgrounds. We're different in color, comprised of various origins and nationalities. This family includes the young as well as the old. Our church family consists of those who possess this world's good, but then we become known as the church who welcomes the opportunity to take care of those in need or who are without. Our foundation is a solid rock, Jesus Christ himself being the cornerstone. And upon this solid foundation, he declares in Matthew 16 and 18, I will build my church. Our Lord is building a mighty church here in Corinth and in the surrounding communities. A church where people of all walks will definitely be welcome. A place where people who have arrived at a crossroads in their life can come to and find their answers. The Church of the Crossroads is and will always be a place where when the people come, we will point them to the answer, Christ and the cross of Calvary. Church, this morning, please join with me all over the building, 100%, and let's celebrate our new dimension, the unveiling of our fresh new identity, Church of the Crossroads.